Hey guys, it's Clayton, and I'm here to give a tribute speech today about my father, Dale Weber. Dale is an amazing individual, and this is him right here. It's him and I at the Grand Canyon. I think that was back in 2003 or so. My father's an exemplary person in so many different ways, but the way that I'm going to be focusing on today is to tell you why it's an honor to be able to pay tribute to my dad. Is he really does love the Lord as his Father with all of his mind, soul, and strength, and he loves others as himself, as Christ has commanded us. And he does these things consistently and really is, in so many different ways, the salt of the earth. And I want to pay tribute to that because I think it's a humble attribute of my father where he won't get named for something grand, but he will always be there and he'll be a consistent and constant piece of support to everyone and everything because of his humility and service towards our Father and towards others. So I'm pretty excited to be able to share with you guys today about my dad because I love my dad, and most people don't get to know how awesome my dad is because of how quiet he is. He is a pastor, so everybody in the small church that he's a pastor of knows him really well. But he's also lives in Southern Illinois, so this is a cool opportunity to be able to share about him. And I'm pretty excited to do that. The first attribute that I really wanted to talk about is that pursuit of the Lord and to love him with all of his mind, soul, and strength. My dad prays every day. He prays every day. He reads every day. He seeks wisdom from others every day. He does these things because he believes that to love the Lord, he has got to dedicate himself to hearing his will and to hearing from him on a day-to-day basis. He also loves the Lord with his strength by persevering. I think this is one of the lost arts of our society is the idea of enduring and persevering and willing to take on pain for the sacrifice of the greater good. And my father's willing to do that. He's proven that time and time again through his actions and through his life. From working on a failed relationship with my mom at one point in time and seeing that through, to being the mending piece for a broken church at a time of great turmoil when the church split literally down the middle. You could almost count the sides of bodies on each side, and it would come down to identical numbers on issues of a previous pastor. My father has consistently been a man of humility and willing to persevere and endure struggles and challenges for the sake of others around him and for the sake of the greater good of what the Father would have him do. He doesn't look to boast. He doesn't look to do for himself, but he looks to just do because he is supposed to. And I think that is one of those aspects. Like, he seeks the Lord with his mind and soul through prayer and through reading and through Scripture, but he also seeks him through strength by giving him all he can endure and all he can do and all he has the ability to do. The other thing my father does amazingly well is he loves others. He loves others, and he does this again and again by dedicating his time to them past his own time. If he has the availability, he'll give it to him. If he has the time to hear, to help, to support, he'll give it to him without even a question. Now, you could look at this as a negative attribute, and he's struggled through the years with the other thing, that which is taking care of himself. But at the bottom line, if our first instinct is to love others as ourselves, we should cross that line and see some kind of pain that we endure for the sake of others, because if we don't know our limits. We don't know where the Father would have to support us when we can't support ourselves. And I see my father do that all the time with everything that he does. He loves others through giving them his time, and he supports them through the hard moments. Like I said before, he's willing to endure hardship for himself and through the sake of whatever it is, the action that he has to take on, but he's also willing to endure the hardships of others and to be there through those times. I've seen him counsel people through addictions and pain within marriage relationships, and people that it not only is an addiction that ruins their life, but they are just lost and confused and hopeless, and he's willing to be there for that person consistently and without asking for anything in return, because he believes that that is the way he can love others as loving himself. And he does this so consistently that it just kind of boggles your mind of how he can be that humble and how he can be that loving towards anybody. So I'm so thankful that I got to pay tribute to my dad today. He's a wonderful man, he's a humble man, and he is a man that exemplifies the two biggest commandments, the two greatest commandments as Christ clarifies them. Love the Lord your God with all your mind, soul, and strength, and love others as yourself. And that is why my dad is worthy of tribute. Thank you.